going to show you how to make the lily pads and lily flowers for our Monet inspired paintings. So what I'm going to start with is the green paper. You can see how I cut this out of this paper, just starting with like a circle or oval shape. Use a good amount of the paper space. Don't make a teeny tiny circle and try to cut that out. It's going to make it really difficult. So you're going to cut out your circle. Once your circle's cut out, you're gonna cut out a pie piece. So you're gonna cut towards the middle of the circle. It's just like a little triangle. You're gonna slide over and cut toward the last cut that you made where it ended. Pop that out, and then you have a lily pad. And they don't need to be the same size, but I would say you want about 2 to 3. I'm gonna put this side down because I can see my pencil marks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of this glue stick glue, and then I'm going to stick that down, press and hold. I'm going to do the same on this one. Press and hold. And then I'm going to make a third one, and this one I'm going to make a little smaller. So because I'm making this smaller, I'm gonna work off to the side, and that way I have this scrap. If anybody else wanted to make a smaller lily pad, they could use it. So my scrap that's still usable can go back in here. Scraps that aren't will go in the trash. So I'm going to glue this lily pad on as well. Okay, so I've got 2 small lily pads, a big lily pad over here. You can put your lily pads wherever you want to. That does not matter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some lily flowers. So everybody gets a little bit of yellow for the center of the flowers. So decide how many flowers you want. You can also do 2 to 3 flowers. I'm gonna do 2 flowers, 1 on each of the big ones. I'm gonna leave this lily pad just empty. And then I'm going to pick 2 colors. There is some white. There's also this like golden color, orange, reds, and a bright pink. If you wanted to mix and match, you could mix and match, because if you put this white tissue paper with like a pink, it's gonna look a little different. So I'm going to get my papers ready for that. Now these tissue papers do stick together, so just be careful that you only have 3 total. So the yellow and then whatever other colors that you want. So I'm going to use these 3 colors for 1. So as I stack these, I'm going to put the points in different directions, so it looks a little something like this. So some might be bigger or smaller. You're going to put the yellow on the inside, so it's going to be on the top. So yellow goes on top. Smaller squares for smaller lily pads, bigger squares for bigger lily pads. And it's gonna be a lot larger, and that's okay. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take your tissue paper, just kind of stamp it to get a little glue on the bottom, and then I'm going to place it on my lily pad. So again, I'm gonna put this around my pencil. That'll make it easier. Put it on my pencil, pencil's inside. Place that inside. Same thing, put this around my pencil, stamp it, just a little bit of glue. You don't need a lot, just a dot, not a lot. Place that inside, and now that all 3 are layered here, I'm going to take these papers, just kind of crumple them, and bunch it all around my lily pad. And then I'm going to take my pencil out, and I have this fun three-dimensional flower coming out of my painting. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. So just like you saw, I'm going to start with that bottom layer first. Wrap that around the eraser side of the pencil. Stamp it in the glue. So if you couldn't see my glue, here it is in the tray. It should be just across from you and the person who sits across from you. Press this down. Take this out, kind of fluff it how I want it to look. So now I've got 2 lilies, 3 lily pads, and now this is completely finished.